Hey YouTube, Tom Houston with Tom Houston Photography here, and today I will be reviewing the 17 to 55 f2.8 EDG BAFS DX wide-angle zoom lens. So I'll first talk about the lens itself, then my thoughts and opinions, and then toss up some photos I have taken with this lens. So first off, this is a fixed 2.8 Pro built DX lens. So it has a 77 front filter thread because it is quite fat, because it is a fixed 2.8 aperture lens. It doesn't have nanocrystal coating or VR. Most people would argue you don't need VR in a wide angle zoom. It is specifically designed for a DX camera, so that is a D7000, D300 down. This was built, just a little history, this was built back in the day when professionals were still using DX cameras because they liked the extra reach. So when full frame did come out, not all of them switched to it right away because they did like having the crop factor. So this lens was built back in the day when professionals were still using DX cameras. That is why this is a pro built DX lens. It does extend when you zoom from about 40 millimeters to 17. It does get longer. This is, I didn't mind that. However, you can pull in moisture and what have you when you zoom back in, so be careful of that. However, it does have a ginormous lens hood, which does protect that front of your lens, so that's good. It is really heavy, not so heavy it takes away from the lens, but if you're not used to carrying around a heavy lens, this would be tiring on your wrist. However, I love how sturdy this lens is, so I don't mind it being heavy because I know it's heavy because it's well built. It has metal, it has a lot of glass, it is f2.8 after all. The focus ring and the zoom ring are very smooth. It's a, again, very well built and designed lens. It is weather sealed. It does have the rubber thing, equivalent of an O-ring there to seal the lens to the camera. So thoughts and opinions on this lens is it is spectacular. I have had this for about a year and a half, and I have used it in eastern Canada on a road trip. I've used it up in the northern areas of northern Quebec. I have also, this was the one and only lens I brought with me on my road trip in the southwest of the United States in Arizona and Utah, and it performed beautifully. I wouldn't have rather had any other lens with me with my camera. This is a spectacular lens. I've gotten some great shots with it. It's sharp. It's a great fit for what I do. I like doing landscape, and this lets me get a nice wide shot with 17, but I can still zoom in if that is too wide for whatever I'm taking photos of, which is nice. So you do have that flexibility there, because sometimes 17 is too wide for what you're taking a shot of and you don't need to fit everything in the photo. When I was shooting in Arizona, it was nice having this weather sealed because I didn't have to worry about dust or anything too badly with this, which was nice. Also, when I'm traveling around, when I was in the Bay of Fundy, it was raining, so I felt a little at ease knowing that my lens probably wasn't going to get destroyed because it was raining. However, I had to protect my camera because this is weather sealed, but my camera is not. So overall, I would say this is an amazing lens. I love it. However, it is only built for DX cameras. So this lens is perfect for anyone who knows they're not going to upgrade to full frame anytime soon, or knows that they won't. I have used it also for events. It's a great event lens, so I can get wide group shots, I can get shots of the location, I can zoom in and get into the portrait realm, I can do group shots. It is a spectacular lens for that. Also, it has a maximum aperture fixed at 2.8, so in terms of this compared to like the 18 to 55, it just blows it out of the water, obviously, because I can keep it down at f2.8 if I have to, if I have low or poor quality of light. It is a great lens. The only bad things I would have to say about this is, yes, it is heavy, so some people might be bothered by that. It doesn't have VR. Most people, as I said, would probably argue you don't need VR in a wide-angle zoom. However, sometimes when you don't have a tripod, like if you're doing event photography, or if you're just hiking out and about and you don't want to lug around your tripod, it might come in handy. There hasn't been too many times, but I like having as much covered as I can, so if I do have that extra added bit of having VR, I know with my 105 millimeter macro lens it has VR, and I know that has come in handy quite a bit because I don't always have a tripod with me. Yep, it's a great zoom range, and I wouldn't really say anything else that's bad other than it is only DX. It is on the heavy side, but the pros definitely outweigh the cons with this lens. Currently, I am actually selling this lens because I have upgraded, because I am probably making the leap from DX to FX, so I'm going to be going full frame. So I have gotten a replacement for this lens, which I will be reviewing in a later video. And then, unless I sell this really soon, doing a comparison. So all in all, I highly recommend this lens. Yes, I just said I'm selling it, but that's only because I'm upgrading. If I wasn't upgrading, this lens would never leave my hands. I use it for my general walk-around lens. I use it for landscapes. I have used it for portraits a bit. I wanted to do more environmental portrait and have wide shots, but I could still zoom in at 55 and take good shots. So, great lens, highly recommend it, and I will toss up some shots at the end of this video so that you can see some of the shots I have taken with it. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just toss them below and I will be more than happy to answer them. So, definitely, if you're thinking of a wide-angle zoom and you're not going to go full frame, this is definitely a very good choice because it has a great zoom range, amazing build quality. It is weather sealed. It's a pro lens. It's fixed at f2.8. So, highly recommend this. I hope you enjoy the photos. Again, any questions, toss them down below. And I will talk to you guys later. Ciao.